Alright, what is up everybody? Welcome back to Dynasty Warriors 4 Expert Mode. Today is the very last blue level. I'm excited. I know this is a super hard level. I expect it will take me a while. Played as Ning twice. Tried to play as Yotai twice. Played as one guy twice. Played as Sun Ce twice. Once each on the Kiaos. 2 for Sun Quan, 2 for Lu Ming, 2 for Sun Jian, 2 for Sun Jiang. 1 for Tai Chi, 1 for Wu Xun, 1 for Zhou Yu. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking running back Tai Chi here. Let's do it. This is typically a really hard level. Or in my mind, I remember it being a really hard level. We'll get started here. Does have a banger soundtrack. If you would, because this is what I'm going to talk about a little bit. What I've been playing lately. I'm back on Skyrim. I think I talked about this a little bit last session I played. I don't know what video it would have been in. But now that I'm on PC and have all these mods and I have the anniversary stuff, it's just Skyrim is like the perfect game to just play and chill out. I know, and I know a lot of people agree with me on that. And I would not necessarily say that mods are a must to achieve that either. But, you know, after you've played it as many times as I have, you know, I was thinking it actually might be a good idea to head to the south here first. 'Cause they're probably going to get shit on without a little bit of support. That's what I was afraid of. I am going to prioritize allies over the siege ramp.
It is as expected.
The siege ramp is almost 100% not going to make it, I believe.
Forces approaching from the rear. If they take this fortress, we won't be able to hold them.
Okay.
It'll be hard to get in if they destroy the siege ramp. We'll have to protect it if we want this to end quickly.
If you run after 2 hares, you will catch neither. We should focus on protecting one area.
In this case, I am going to pick to save the main camp here.
We can't hold them.
Maybe I should have picked red hair. I don't know. But, so, I downloaded one mod in particular where you have a specific companion, and this companion is voiced by, I hesitate to use the word professional actress, but there's a like really large scale mod, and I cannot remember the name of it, but it takes place in Cyrodiil, and a whole new map was put in. I think it does reuse a little bit of the Oblivion map. I think. I might be wrong on that. But at any rate, it was, I mean, this massive team was behind it. And this companion mod actually has one of the same voice actresses that participated in that project and She's like the lead voice actress for this follower. So I'm getting into it, and her name is Sophia. And the gimmick is that she has like a legit personality that'll react to choices you make, what little bit of choices you have in Skyrim, and the various quests and stuff you do. So the earlier you recruit her, the better, the more interaction you get from her. And that's really cool. But if you do use her, it is an onslaught of sexual jokes, innuendo, and I just think it's kind of funny. I'll be honest with you at first, but then it gets a little creepy because you're sitting there and you're, fighting dragons or Draugr or whatever, and she's like, "Oh man, I got a front wedgie." I probably shouldn't have said that out loud, should I? I said, no, you shouldn't have. Especially since this is the 17th time that you've said that, Sophia. Anyway. Pretty cool so far. I like that you can have her as a follower and like a normal follower. It gives me an opportunity to tackle some harder stuff earlier on. Damn. I really did not want that to happen. Our morale is in the shit, so I gotta save these guys to the east before they get dookie dome. But my morale is just continuously going down here. This one's it's gonna be a hard one. I knew it would be. This is always a hard stage. This one and Chengdu probably the two hardest stages. Sucks, man. Unfortunate. But I've downloaded a lot of other mods. There's a lot of people who, instead of... Oh my god, the guy was just at full health? I am going to start this level over. That went so bad, so quickly, that I'm going to start that one over. We are going to use, we're going to go about that a different way. Let's try this out. I started playing last night.
I shall deal with Cao Cao once and for all.
Oh, what I was going to say is there's so many people out there who have made these mods where they've literally created these new maps. And some of them are kind of bare bones so far, but I mean, going about creating a new map is, especially with some of the dungeons that they put in, is no small undertaking. And I recognize that, because these guys and gals, well, they've done really good work. And I started playing a new one last night, and when I get more detail, I don't know, because I downloaded so many, I'm not sure which one it is. But I went, you get to Riften, and there's an old man talking about there's an issue with an Echo Falls mine, or Echo Deep Mine, or some shit like that. Echo is in the name of it. And he's like, I can't get the guards to check this out. Can you go check it out? You're like, sure, old man, I'll do that. So you go to the cavern, right? And you find a portal. And you go through the portal, and it takes you to a little island somewhere. And that's where I am right now, is the island. I played quite a bit of it last night. Of course, I was real wore out. So I did call it a day. But it was really cool from what I played so far. And there actually is a new shout that they put in. That seems kind of OP. I haven't unlocked it yet.
Siege ramp. It is as expected.
Perhaps I should have gone with Shadow Harness.
Get in if they destroy the siege ramp. We'll
I feel like I say that every time now.
If you run after 2 hares, you will catch neither. We should focus on protecting one hare.
It is possible to save both. I feel like the siege ramp is a little bit harder to save, so I am going to save it first. I took the drum. God damn it, man! Woo! Get off my nuts, people. Well, the best laid plans and all that.
Officer defeated. Good. Into the castle grounds.
Okay. I think Xuchang is still alive. I know for somebody's 5th weapon, you had to save
We cannot hold.
Xuchang and do the siege ramp. I can't remember who it was.
Seaman Yi, what is he up to? Leave the castle and patrol the area.
I think I can smash you.
The final fight in this mission is going to be absolutely brutal with this setup I'm running, but time was of the essence.
What? Both of our attacks have failed?
The rear guard
Ripping fettuccine.
Let us find glory as well.
But Skyrim has been a ton of fun. I've gotten kind of away from playing Rainbow. I've not gotten to play as much of the new season as I would have liked. But the idea of playing that game by myself just kind of disgusts me. And my friends have all moved on to other stuff for now, and they will come back eventually. I think. They usually do. Not always, but they usually do. And if and when they do come back, I'll get back to grinding Rainbow. But it's not fun to play with random people. It's fun to play in a group and to actually strategize and do setups and stuff like that. But if you just play with randoms, you may occasionally run into a guy who just has 5 million hours and he's super good at the game and he can shit on the enemy team single-handedly. Just goes absolutely crazy on them one game. It happens. But more often than not, you'll get some teenagers that are, you know, toxic or whatever. And that's just, that went a whole lot better than last time. Bye, bitch.
Fall behind.
Is going pretty decently. And you know that does suck when you have something that you do kind of really want to play, but I don't know. I mean, I know the right answer is we'll just get on there and try and have fun anyway, but the way that I have the most fun is by playing with friends, and they don't want to play it. I ain't gonna force them to. Not I wouldn't even if I could.
Hey, over there. Enemy troops.
Ugh.
Our fortress cannot stop this enemy. I will buy us some time. We must take Xuchang quickly.
They're pretty good.
Please don't say that.
Impressive.
Is there any actual, like, officer over there? Jacques. I don't know if that's actually how you say his name. I've started reading a book that's written by Chinese, well, he's ethnically Chinese. I believe his name is Tao Wang. But according to his Amazon page, or his author page on Amazon, he is Canadian. I don't know if he was born there or just immigrated there or what, but he wrote, or his writing, like, I don't want to say it's typical, but from what I understand, a typical, like, cultivator tale where there's, like, a guy who starts off super weak and you follow his very gradual journey as he, like, levels up his cultivation, his chi, his inner spirit, you know, deals with adversity, a lot of societal issues where he's looked down on, And I have not really read any books like that. I have read the Unsold series, or most of it anyway. I did take a break from it. Not because I was becoming bored, but because I was afraid I would come to dislike it. Or the Cradle series. Purely because I read so many of them in a row. It's a lengthy series, and I read so many of them in a row. I was like, I was really digging this. But sometimes there's such a thing as too much of a good thing. Let me take a break and come back later, so this doesn't wear its welcome out on me. Because if you follow the series from close to the start and you read book 1 and you have to wait for a year, 6 to 8 months or whatever for book 2 to come out, you're like, okay. By the time the next book comes out, you're ready for it. But if you're like me and you start when there's 9 books out or whatever it was, and then by the time you're caught up, there's 11 books, and they weren't great, super lengthy novels. They were pretty good size. But my point is, I was afraid that it would wear its welcome out with me, and so I didn't want to do that because the series is too damn good for that. It really is. It's a great series. I highly recommend it to everybody. There's a lot of people that are really into it. I got into a rainbow game the other day. Well, this was a little while ago, but now that I'm talking about it, it's a great time to mention. I got into a rainbow game. A guy had made his Uplay name Wei Shi Linden, which is the main character. Oh shit, that's cool. And I commented on it, but I don't know if whoever was playing was bashful or whatever, because they didn't respond, or maybe they just didn't deign to give me a response back. But it's a really cool series. But this new series I'm reading, and I cannot remember the name of it. I hate bringing this shit up because I read books and I get invested in the series. The guy's name, the main character's name is Wu Ling, Long Wu Ling, and he starts off as a peasant, and I won't give main spoilers. This all happens within the first 2 chapters. But he starts off as just a peasant. He ends up getting set on a path to become a cultivator. And so he takes that path, and he's facing a little bit of adversity, but I'm on like chapter 15 now, and it's kind of unwieldy because I'm used to like in Dynasty Warriors games, there being just a family name and then a given name. But in this series I'm reading, instead of like Zhou Tai, it'll be Long Wu Yi. So they have the 3 names instead of the 2, and most characters in the series so far has. I say the series, I'm talking about book 1. I don't know if that changes or not. I'm sure that's a traditional, true thing. Well, certain, really. And there's a couple people, especially in the more recent Dynasty Warriors games, that are like that, you know. I think it may be... I think sometimes what they do for simplicity's sake is they take names like that have the multiple syllables and they combine it. like in Dynasty Warriors 4, and I think 5, Fu Shi Ren. 3 names, which is unusual compared to most people in the game. And it may have to do with like a status thing, where you play as a lot of people that are from kind of, not everybody, like Zhou Pirate, but Sun Jian and his whole clan, Cao Cao, Yuan Shao, Yuan Shu, they came from really high nobility. But a lot of the people in this book are not. So that might have something to do with it as well. I don't know. That's a guess. I'm eager to learn on that as I go further. I feel like I may get some clues as to how all that came to be. But I'm really enjoying reading, getting back in the swing of it. I stopped for a long time. I encourage everybody, if you have the means to, read a book. Whether it be a biography, whether it be some... I love fiction. I love reading fiction. Anything with action and a cool story is really cool to me. I do enjoy stories where the protagonist are have some issues to overcome. I read several books back to back there last year where it had multiple protagonists. I think, and I don't mean this in an insulting way, but with the popularity of Game of Thrones, I wonder if that may have led to more recently the prevalence of the multiple protagonists in these action fantasy novels. I don't know. I think it may have something to do with it. I'll be honest with you. But that's not my favorite thing. Not my favorite thing. Unsold was a great series for what I read of it. I started another book the other day that I was really digging, but I put it down, just haven't come back to it. But it's about a guy who's middle-aged, and this is kind of it has more of like a realistic spin on it. And I always decided, if I ever wrote a book, a fantasy book, I would start it this way. I would incorporate some realism into it. There would be an in-world explanation as to... It would be based in reality.
Hurry, we must evacuate.
But then there would be an explanation for how our real world ended up ended up into the fantasy world in which it was taking place in. And I appreciate that when that happens. But I read enough of that book that was the build up for it. Guy basically was co-head of a private military.
If this is my destiny, so be it. Officer defeated.
Then there was nuclear war, and there was spirits involved and all that. Some crazy shit. Been a few weeks since I read that, so it's hard for me to remember all the details, but I remember digging it. What I read of it. Kinda cool. Okay. Second try went a whole lot better. My horsey can't come?
get by.
I hesitate to make this comment because I am surrounded right now, but so far this second attempt sure has gone a whole lot better than the first. I just needed to get somebody with a moveset that I adore. Stack attack ups. Looks like Xuchang is just sitting on the siege ramp and not moving. Which I'm fine with. I don't know how much of a difference the drum to keep morale up made. I don't know. It might be the first time I've gotten use out of that item. I tried it several times. I tried it on the non-mon level and it didn't work for the damn, so. I guess this is a good time to say I've made my mind up. I'm pretty sure that next time we come back, it'll be the Lubu story. Then after the Lubu story is done, I will probably stream the Yellow Turbans. And then for Yuan Shao, I may just get in free mode and do his unique levels, if that's even anything that anybody wants to see. Because there will be a lot of repeats on that one. Especially after doing Lubu's story. I think Yuan Shao has one unique stage, and that's it. It's really not even a unique stage, it's just his side of Guandu. So.
Amazing.
But if everybody overwhelmingly just wants to see his full story, I'll play through the levels again. I don't care. I just don't want to make the series boring. Oh, and that does leave non-mon. I don't know, I may do non-mon next. That seems kind of cool. They get some pretty cool stages. Their campaign probably is going to be kind of hard though. I don't have much experience with Xuchang. I didn't really like playing as her as a kid, and I don't remember why. And then Meng Huo. He's okay. He's just super slow. Like, he attacks super... He does a lot of damage. He just attacks really slow. Xuchang is probably... Shit. Get nay. That one was not as long as I thought it would. Of course, that plus the first attempt is. This one's probably going to run a little long. That's okay. Alright. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for Wu until we get to the legend stages. We still have Shu, Lu Bu, Yellow Turbans, and Nanmon. Next time we will start with the Nanmon campaign, I believe. Then we may do Lu Bu. Then maybe stream Yellow Turbans, and then finish with Shu. How I think I'm going to go about that. Shit. Head's itchy. Have psoriasis. Shu I'm looking really forward to. Shu, top to bottom, is actually filled with nothing but strong and good characters. Wei, probably, I'm looking at, had the weakest ones as far as for my taste. I don't like Ming Guo so much. That's okay. That's okay. We'll have some fun with Namon. I don't actually know how many stages they get. But with that being said, that'll do it for probably today, I think. I'm going to probably play Skyrim and listen to a podcast. But thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.